Hey there, everybody. We're here doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and we are in a review period. And today we're going to be doing lesson number 176. The overall theme for the review is beautiful and has been echoing in my mind for days now. And I really feel like this is exactly the kind of reminder that we need each day to help us. Especially now, there's a lot going on in the news, and some emotions are running high out there in the outside world. This overturning of the abortion decision by the Supreme Court actually doesn't apply to anyone and has nothing to do with anything. However, there's a lot of people who are grabbing onto it and fighting and saying that women's bodies are now somehow less free, and there's a lot of suggestions for people to start fighting. Let's start fighting to get our freedoms back. This decision that took place in some room with a bunch of people wearing black robes just changed everything about the potential in my life, and it's like, no, dear one, it did not. So anyway, I'm happy to be doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles during this very interesting time in our illusory reality. So I don't know, I hope you are too. I hope you're able to hear about these things and not get triggered, or if you do get triggered, that you notice that it's not real. Okay, so lesson 176. I'm just gonna go ahead and read it all the way through. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. I am as God created me. God is but love, and therefore so am I. So if I am as God created me, how could any funky laws change anything? I don't know. All right, let's see what a year of forgiveness has to say about lesson 176. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. When you see yourself as love, you value your life. You value the experiences you have here, and you trust that you are given exactly what you need to come to understand yourself more deeply. Not other people, not experiences, yourself more deeply. This is one of the shifts in perception that is very good to make, to have an attitude of radical acceptance about your life. It is not imperative, but it helps you along your path. Instead of resisting things, accept they have come here because Spirit loves you and wants to show you something you are unaware of and have hidden from yourself. So it manifests in front of you. That is really what the ultimate act of love is, from all that is to you. You are shown everything about yourself, manifested in front of you in form so that you get a feel for it and experience what goes on inside of you in a visceral way. That's a tough one to really internalize, right? Because the greater part of your consciousness is hidden from you in the subconscious mind, you are not aware of a lot of the beliefs you hold. You're not aware of them until you encounter a situation, person, place, or thing, or Supreme Court decision, ruling, whatever it's called, in your life that brings them to the surface. Come on, let's take it there. If you're pissed off about the Roe v. Wade decision, that is about you. It's not anything that's out there. And if it doesn't bother you at all, you're doing your work. That is awesome. I mean, when I heard about that, I literally didn't care at all. Like I didn't have a blip in the radar screen. At least I didn't feel it. So it's such a poignant thing, and it's so passionate and emotional for people right now. And it has nothing to do with anything outside of that person. Okay. This is a loving thing. Again, we want you to see problems not as something to be avoided, but as something to be embraced through radical acceptance. Knowing you have shown something from within you that is not at peace and not loving. That is exactly what you want to happen. You want to know what's going on in there. What this does, this radical acceptance of your life, is it takes the attack out of you, and you begin to truly comprehend there is nothing to attack. It is only you encountering you in form. It seems to be outside of you. That is how you have designed experiences here, so that the things hidden from you seem to be separated from you. They are not. This is one of the reasons you get so tired in this world. You are in a constant state of projection, getting rid of things in your mind that you don't want and then attacking them when you see them manifested out in the world. It is a much more relaxing path to practice radical acceptance of your life, knowing that even if you get triggered by something out there, it is not out there, it is within you. The reaction is within you, therefore it can be solved. When it seems to be a separate person out there, then you are powerless. You are the victim of the world. That is how most dualistic philosophies play out. That person is bad and should be punished. Or those Supreme Court justices are bad, they should be punished, right? It has nothing to do with you. Not at all. This keeps you in the role of victim, even though it makes the ego feel more powerful. You will hear many people counsel you and say that radical acceptance makes you weak. No, it does not, says Jesus. It makes you use your energy efficiently, and it gets you focused in the right direction rather than out there. It gets you focused on your heart and mind, where you can see that these negative reactions arise from within your consciousness and nowhere else. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. All right, everyone. So again, when these lessons occur simultaneously with things happening in the world supposedly, right? I don't think that's a coincidence. So I think that the lesson that we talked about for review, first of all, give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. That's asking and putting you in kind of a receptive mode today. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. Let go of any of this nastiness that you have in you. Just let it go and ask for that blessing. Ask for a blessing. And I am as God created me. I don't think that's a coincidence that the day after we have this ruling supposedly about the freedom of women's bodies, well, I am as God created me. I didn't require a Supreme Court ruling to be born into this human form and to be a woman and to have my choice around my reproductive decisions or whatever. Like, I am as God created me. I don't need the Supreme Court. God is but love, and therefore so am I. So none of this applies to me. It's coming from deep inside of my mind, and I'm getting to see it out in the world. Why am I doing that to myself? I'm not sure, but it doesn't really bother me, but it's out there, right? So even, I guess, those of us who are kind of like, hey, I don't care, like, it's no big deal, it's still out there. And so it's still showing us that we have some amount of belief in death, or, you know, the deeper kind of more abstract, hard to describe quickly things that the Course tells us about that are in our minds. I also noticed that I have a little blemish coming, and, you know, like, I could consult the Chinese medicine map of the face and say, oh, I wonder if that's like my spleen or my lungs or something. I don't know. But it's also just like an opportunity for me to see something and put my attention on something and focus on something, because I believe that it's resulting from some kind of a untrue belief that I have about myself, that I'm bringing something to the surface, bringing something to my attention. And that's what this whole experience is. And me making these videos every day is like me telling myself, remember, this isn't real, and you're just here like translating the energies and trying to make sense of it, trying to accept yourself, trying to love yourself, trying to show yourself that you can make the loving choice every day, all the time. And when you fall back on choosing fear or anger or depression or blame or whatever, because we all are involved with people, then it's like, hey, there's still something deep in there that needs to get more love and be corrected. So, I mean, not that there are any mistakes, of course. This whole experience is a beautiful lesson and nothing's really wrong. But when I say corrected, it's like, just add more love to those things. All right, everyone, good luck out there. Please be kind and be loving and be understanding. You know, I think another thing too, with something like this that's happening and bringing up so many emotions for people who are not Course in Miracles students, and just listening, just letting people express themselves about their outrage and the righteous indignation and all that. It's like, I think having a heart of compassion and being in acceptance of that is also a lesson that we're supposed to learn when these things happen. I feel like sometimes I tend to like be a little hermit and say, well, I know how I feel and I just don't care how everyone else feels and I don't want to be around that energy. Well, maybe that's not exactly the right answer. Maybe it's about, you know, relaxing and allowing myself to hear and have compassion for my brothers and sisters, and, you know, just kind of send them love as they go through their process and their experience, which is really just me anyway, right? Okay, chew on that. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.